Here's what I understand about fear. It's everywhere. It's all around us. We're always moving through some fear of something. Ever since we're little kids, right? Probably till the day we die. It's just here. So we're not going to make fear go away. But what we can do is renegotiate our relationship with fear. We've all come here with a divine purpose, traveling on a stream of cosmic dust from the stars into our mother's wombs, born into this precious life. It is no accident that you are here, my love, on earth, in this moment, in this body. You are here longing to find your place, to align with your purpose, to embody your passions and to live into the dreams of your heart. Yet so often we get caught, suspended in the tangle of life, not able to move forward, not able to find solace and comfort in a world that has forgotten the truth of our existence. As we begin to remember, as we peel back the layers, as we come together to uncover our unique gifts and reconnect with our authentic selves, we are able to see another way of being, a new possibility, a different life waiting to be lived. I have experienced on this complicated and wild journey of life that when we connect with the story of our soul, it will show us the magic of this life that we have been missing. It will open a window into the very heart of who we truly are, of who we came here to be, and gives us answers to our ever-asking why. Hello, my loves. Courageous souls, beautiful souls here on this journey together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just always appreciate being in your ears, being in your hearts, connecting as souls in and through these incredible readings. And today I have something very unique and special to share. Roni is here with us, and she is here because she is still grieving the loss of a horse, and she wants to explore this incredible relationship that she has with animals, and particularly horses. And we dive into how horses have been part of her lives in the past and such a big part of her life in this life. And we really have a big conversation around fear because since she has lost Yo-Yo, which is her beloved horse, she has really closed off her heart to having another horse. And when we dive deeper in, we see how it's connected to her two previous marriages and also her childhood, and how there is this intricate connection of worthiness and her ability to open herself to love and receiving. And fear, right, is woven through this because this fear of loving, this fear of receiving, fear of opening herself again after so much hurt and loss is keeping her from fully living and experiencing joy and freedom and the love that she deserves, the love that is available to her if she is willing to take a risk, right? If she is willing to open herself again to love and really develop this incredible part of her that lets her speak to animals. So as you're listening, feel for those places in your own life where you may be keeping love out, where you have been through relationships and experiences that have closed you to receiving and have closed you to love, and in so doing have closed you to being fully alive. And where can you soften? Where can you open? Where can you let just a little bit more light into your heart and into your being so that you may find the place inside you that is craving your love and attention, and therefore is willing to take the risk to walk into a bigger and deeper future. So before we dive into this beautiful call, I do want to remind you to join us over in Substack for exclusive content in the Water Rising section, and also the journey where we cultivate the very beingness of your soul, and we move you forward in the direction of your purpose, of your loving, of all the things you came here to do, in a deep, beautiful container of women walking this path together. There's a link in the show notes. Come join us in the journey. We're waiting for you. I love you. Hi, Roni. Welcome to the podcast. How can I help you today?
Well, I have some questions about my fear of riding and even of loping and getting thrown off. I haven't ridden for a long time, and my previous horse, he had medical issues that made him too spooky. And the fears I have around riding, I'm afraid, but at the same time, I want to experience the freedom and joy that riding has given me in the past. The other thing is I've always gotten real close with my animals, and I sometimes feel like I can talk with them or at least sense how they're feeling. And a lot of times I feel like that is stronger in me than in other people that I know. And I would like to be able to explore how to become more sensitive to that, more sensitive to my animals.
Thank you. Was there a moment in this lifetime that changed because you said you wanted to experience the freedom and joy that you used to? Was there something that happened where it used to be that way and now it's not?
There's been a lot. But with my horse I had to put him down a couple of years ago. I've ridden before, and it was just pure joy on my first horse of we could ride down on the beach, we could ride in the mountains, and it's kind of my little spot of nirvana. It makes me just forget about, or at least put behind me, the other things in my life that might not be the best. And when I got my second horse and brought him into my life, he was my dream horse. We connected from the first moment we saw each other. I mean, he literally reached out and nibbled on my cheek the very first time we met. But shortly after bringing him home, he developed a couple painful and devastating illnesses, which we never knew when the pain would strike him. So he became volatile. I could have a month, 2 months of good riding. I could have 6 months. I could have one day. And it just got me too afraid. And that's where I'm at right now. I am taking riding lessons, but the fear is there. And I'd like to not have that fear or be able to do something with it.
Yeah. What does the fear tell you?
Oh boy. It hurts to think it's telling me I'm not ready for another horse. On the negative side, my brain tells me because I'm not worthy.
Mm. Yeah.
But I know what it stems from.
Mm-hmm.
And it also stems from I miss my yo-yo.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I think there's some fear in there. Well, I know there's some fear that I won't be able to have that kind of relationship or even close to that with another horse. And that makes me kind of hesitant to take that step and be a better rider so that I feel comfortable with getting another horse.
Yeah. You definitely tapped into that wisdom inside you, right? Because that's what I feel too. It's like you're not afraid of riding, you're afraid of loving and being vulnerable.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a very good description of how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't put it into my own words. So
Yeah, no, you're tapped into that though. Like, it's so beautiful. There's like, you have so much horse energy around you. Like, these just beautiful horses just keep coming and like putting their heads in. And it's like they're watching over you. Like, there's this beautiful connection between you and this particular animal, right? Like, yes, I can feel like animal energy, but there's definitely a very strong horse connection for you. And I also see, so there's like the horses are coming in that are like, as you're talking, right, they are more the domesticated horses. And yet out in the distance, there's like all these wild Mustangs running, like as if, like in lives past, you had this relationship with the wildness of horses. And the images I see, and I don't know if you're connected in with past lives related to horses, but it was like you were living back in the days when the Mustangs ran wild. And not that you tamed them, but you were able to relate and be in relationship with them. Like they would let you close, they would let you like leave food for them, and like they trusted you. So I don't know if you're familiar or have any experience with that.
Yes, yes, actually, I do. I believe that Yo-Yo and I worked together on some previous life, during a previous life.
Hmm.
I really believe that.
Yeah. Do you know why?
Because he told me. I have a friend who is an intuit and communicates, and that's what she said. He told me, and just to me, the fact that when I first met him and literally walked up to him, he did give a soft nicker and then nibble me.
Hmm. Like we found each other again.
Yeah, I just felt that a connection with him that I really at that point did not understand. All I knew is he was my horse.
Hmm. And just so I'm clear, Yo Yo is the one that you became afraid to ride, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, what I'm curious when I ask, like, do you know why? I'm wondering if you know why were you together in that previous life? What were you learning together? Do you have any idea of that?
No, I don't. I don't. I never thought to ask that, but I just know that there was a connection.
Hmm. So, I'm hearing courage and love, and that Yo Yo came back into this life to show you parts of yourself that were hidden, right? This deep, deep place in you that can love. And it's like finding the courage to love, even though it hurts, even though it's scary.
Yes, yes. Other parts of my life have not been so loving. And I have, for years, I've had walls up. And somehow when I saw and met Yo Yo, those walls came down, at least for him, for my dogs.
Mhm. Yeah. So I know you want to ride. Do you want to own a horse again? Like to have a horse?
Yes, I do. One of the things I miss, well, first of all, I am able to have a horse on my property. And the joy of even just looking out and seeing my horse, just, it still makes me smile. And I want that again.
Yeah, and you're bringing me back to the word worthy that you offered earlier,
Hmm.
right? As keeping you from this. What do you know about why you keep yourself from the joy and the love of being able to look out of the window and see a horse, your horse there?
I'm not sure. I have something in my mind, but it has to do with childhood and marriages. I'd been married twice and rejected by both, and rejected by family members. And when my second divorce happened, that's the point. I just said, no, I'm going to be alone because I didn't feel worthy of love. And Yo-Yo opened that for me. Sorry about the crying.
It is very, very much welcome.
But having Yo-Yo also taught me and showed me that I can love, I can have a special being in my life. And honestly, I choose it to be a horse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my dog. Yes.
And you get to choose what is true and correct for you. Just because other people maybe do it differently, that doesn't mean that it is the right way for you.
Yes, I do believe that. We each have our own path to go down. And what is right and good for me is right and good for me.
Yeah. And those wounds when marriages end and people leave, they leave deep spaces inside us.
Yes.
And it makes it hard to trust love and to trust ourselves in love. And ultimately, it is the journey into loving yourself that is going to give you the freedom and the joy, right?
Yes.
And from what I know of you, you are on this journey of letting a part of you open. I see it like a bud, like there's this tight, tight bud, but you're starting to, like, some of the petals are just starting to curl open. Like you're letting it, you're inside of a process. It's like, you're in this place where you're like, okay, yes, love hurts. And love is really beautiful. And love can give me a lot. And so I see you starting to open again, like you've been through this period of really tightly closed. But there is a little unfurling. There is a little of you just pushing the edge there saying, I'm curious. Can I open again? Can I receive what is rightfully mine?
Yes. Yeah.
I know you had mentioned about animal communication. And when I hold that up, I see that as, like when I put up a path for you, it's definitely like it moves. It's like, yes, yes, do this, do me. And it feels very specific to horses. There is, like, I see all, like the other animals are all still here, but they like clear the way for horses. There is this really special relationship between you and horses. And diving into it deeper is a way that your heart is going to ease and that it facilitates more of this opening. It's another thing you're keeping from yourself, right? Is this incredible way that you can connect. And I see you hanging back like, oh, I don't know if I can or if I should, or will I get hurt? Will I do it properly? Like there's a lot swirling there.
Yes.
Yet inside of all of that, your heart is like, yes, yes, let's do it. Please, I've been waiting. Please have the courage to do it. I feel like it's going to come easy for you. Like you're already doing it, right? It's just honing it a little. It's just saying, okay, I'm going to make a commitment to practicing this. And for me, when I was learning to intuit, I just asked my friends, I'm like, hey, can I practice? Can I practice? So ask your friends that have dogs, or if you don't have a lot of option in that, go sit at any dog park and just try to connect with dogs first. Or maybe you have an option to go to a stables and just practice with any animal.
I actually have neighbors with horses that I know I can go, and I have hung out with them just hung out with the horse, sometimes just sitting in the paddock with them or brushing them. So I have access to horses.
So your soul is, yeah, your soul has already lined that up for you, made it super easy. Yeah, I would just practice. Just go and sit, close your eyes, and open your heart. And just see what happens. Go with it. Go with the flow. If you see an image, if you hear a word, if you feel a sensation, just go with it and trust that what you're feeling is real. I think that's one of the biggest things that blocks us is that we doubt that we're actually feeling or understanding something.
Okay.
And maybe write things down. Or for me, when I was learning, it was like a priming the pump of I would sense something and then I needed to start talking right away in order to kind of get the flow going. So maybe you could even just record yourself or something. And as soon as maybe you feel a sensation, just start talking and let whatever words are going to come out of your mouth come out of your mouth and follow the flow. There's like a flow that lives there. And once you catch it, it will take you. And then you'll feel more, you'll understand more. And if you speak it and record yourself, just like on your phone, you can go back after. Because I find sometimes too, when you get in that flow, you don't really remember what you said, especially in the beginning. And then it could be really cool to go back and listen as a validation for what you were experiencing and connecting.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're taking me back to the image of you standing looking out your window and there's a horse on your property. How possible is it for you to make that real?
It's very possible.
Mm-hmm.
I have everything set up. I just need to figure out how to deal with the fear. To me, that's what's the only thing in my way.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's what I understand about fear. It's everywhere. It's all around us. We're always moving through some fear of something. Ever since we're little kids, right? Probably till the day we die. It's just here. So we're not going to make fear go away. But what we can do is renegotiate our relationship with fear. So right now, the way that you're saying this to me, the way I see it is fear is in the driver's seat. And fear has got you and said, Roni, no, you get in the back. I'm driving. You can't have that joy and freedom in that horse because I'm bigger than you right now. And it would be very interesting. Like in the image, I see you, you're like, the car's stopped, you've opened the driver's door and you're like grabbing fear and you're like, no, no, no. You get to sit in the back. This is my car. This is my life. And I'm going to drive. You can hang out back there. I'm not, whatever. You got your thing to do. But you know what? I'm done letting you drive.
I have that image in my head right now.
Because my love, fear is always going to try to stop us from doing the things that our heart longs for. But you get to choose. You get to choose the freedom, the joy, the horse, the relationship. Fear doesn't get to choose that for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And in my experience, the spiciest things, the things that make me the most like feel alive and sensation are the things that I really, really need to do.
And for me, it's the horses.
Mm-hmm. Like, if fear wasn't there, you would already have a horse.
Yes, I would already have a horse.
Yeah. So maybe it's time to take your power back from fear. Do what you want to do rather than what fear says you're supposed to. And let the rest unfold, right? Like, I get that there's questions after that. Like, okay, will I be able to ride? How will I feel? Will I be, and it's like, none of that matters right now. What matters is that you have a really deep desire. And what are you going to do about it?
I need to find a way.
Yeah. You're talking my kind of language.
I need to find my way through that.
Yeah. Ever since I was a little girl, when something felt impossible, I knew that I had to make it possible. I didn't always know how and didn't always turn out the way I thought it would. But it was like impossibility made me come alive. And I feel that in you right now, right? You have to find a way through. You're tired of letting this part of you sit in the back seat.
Yes. When I was really young, it never occurred to me that something I wanted to do was impossible. I would just do it. I had encouragement from my brother, and I just found a way to do what I wanted to do. I remember wanting to ride because I've always loved horses. And I found a man with retired racehorses, and he taught me to ride. I kind of talked him into it.
I bet you did.
And then I had to go and talk my parents into it, but I did.
Yeah.
So at 11 years old, I learned to ride.
I sense a resurrection of this part of you. Coming forward and stepping up, like hands on our hips, riding boots on, like, let's get going. Come on.
It's a strong feeling.
Yeah.
It is.
Mm-hmm. In my experience, right, that feeling has never led me wrong. When that knowing is part of my being, there's always a way through.
It's just finding that way sometimes is daunting and difficult.
Yes. And what I see, right, is it's letting yourself open. It's back to that rosebud. The horse will find you when you let your heart open and call it in,
Yes.
right? And it's reminding yourself, yes, it might be hard. Yes, it might be daunting. And yes, there's fear. And none of that matters because this is what my heart wants. And you might need to tell yourself that 25 times a day at minimum. But whatever it takes, right?
I'm feeling hope.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to hear what you're taking away from our call today.
That I still have the strength, that I can take fear and put fear in the back seat. And the other takeaway is that I like your suggestions on how to develop my communication with horses. I'm feeling excited to try that.
I'm excited for you. Does this feel like an okay place to land today?
Yeah,
Thank you, Roni.
thanks.